Oh, the music is still playing. Can you just shout it? Shout it out?
Yeah, can you? Oh. Well, she doesn't listen to me.
Alexa, stop the music.
Whoa.
You just got to be firm.
Yeah. Seriously. Well, you know that she calls me Michelle.
I did not know that, no.
Yeah. When I'm getting ready for work in the morning, I'll say, first of all, I say good morning to Alexa, which I think is...
I think she appreciates that.
She does. Mm-hmm. We'll get into it.
Okay.
I feel like this is going to be maybe a 3-hour show.
I mean, I would not be surprised.
You know what, folks? If you have plans,
fired up.
Put them aside. Welcome to Bitter Coffee. My name is Kelly Coffee.
And I'm Derek Fanton.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Kelly.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We were just chatting quickly before we started recording the show, and we would like to know if you have any plans for today. Just cancel them now because we have a lot to discuss.
So much.
It is amazing how much angst can build up within the course of just 3 weeks when we skip an episode.
It's also amazing that I cannot drink a cup of coffee successfully.
I stopped and got us coffee on the way. I put it on the table, and as I did so, I went, I wonder if this is a good place to put this. As it turns out, the coffee is the least of Kelly's worries because there is a headphone cord situation that I feel like is going to be... So what
it's
I would
like a boa constrictor.
What I would suggest would be to take those off, put them underneath the pop filter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? Wouldn't that just make my life easier? Why would I start doing that now?
But that won't come up anymore.
5.5 decades in.
Okay, great point.
Why would I
Great
care?
point. Don't change. You do you, Kelly.
All right.
You do you. So yes, very excited to be with you across the table here. Thank you all for joining us on Bitter Coffee. I have some good news and some bad news, Kelly.
Oh, okay.
So the good news is
all right.
additional listeners. No, I'm not giving you the option. I'm just gonna listen. I don't need you to have to stress out about making that call. The good news is more additional listeners that I know are now listening to the show on a regular basis.
Same.
Bad news is one of them is my boss. And she approached my desk yesterday, I believe it was, and said...
this is my biggest fear.
I mean, it is the sort of... We put ourselves in this position as having a podcast, and it is unfortunate, but it is true. And she said...
you are fired.
No, fortunately. And Lindsay, I appreciate if this never happened at any point, but
wait. Does she want to be a sponsor?
Would it help if you were a sponsor?
What if we just called her right now?
She does teach yoga classes. We could do something on Instagram perhaps and do
Namaste.
There you go. Mm-hmm. I would like to namaste employed. So she came to my desk and she said, "Love the show."
Oh no! And your heart sunk.
I was like, "Oh man."
What show?
So Kelly, you'll appreciate that she said she is disappointed in herself that she is not friends with you. Because she just really enjoys listening to you, and I totally agree.
This is the bad
loves
news,
the podcast.
Right?
No,
which I totally understand.
So what she then said was like, "Boy, a lot of swearing from you on the Bitter Coffee podcast."
Meaning
and
you
not to say,
or me?
No, from me.
Okay.
From me, Derek, on the show. And I mentioned to her, I said, I just can't help myself. I get fired up on the show.
Goddamn right you do.
A lot of swearing. And I realized that the amount of GDs and JCs that drop on this show is so much higher than the rest of my life. F words probably balances out. Mm-hmm. F words in this show versus in real life about equal. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the blasphemy, really higher percentage here. I'm going to put that on you. I feel like you drop a lot of JDs as well, or GDs rather. So.
I do. I drop a lot of GDs, a lot of JCs. And here's the thing, historically,
sure,
it's just always been.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't a put on.
No,
this isn't your show attitude.
No.
That's just who you are.
If anything, I feel that I clean up my language for the podcast.
Can confirm, actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's probably true.
And Michelle had just mentioned to me recently, you say a lot, and I'm like, oh Christ, here we go. You say Jesus Christ a lot.
Yeah,
And I said, like in life or the podcast?
She's like, yes.
And you know what I got? Blank stare.
Is there a difference? She
There's
seemed
really
to say.
Not.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I never really notice it. Because I don't, with the exception of editing, and this came up the other day, somebody was talking with me about the pod, and they asked if I ever listened to our show.
Yep.
And by the time, and you know this, by the time I get done editing the show, I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah, you're done. You've heard
Don't.
it.
I will listen to like the first minute after I've uploaded it.
Right. Did it work?
And that's it.
Great.
That is it.
Yeah, I will sometimes fast forward to the Chang reports or the chats with Tim because I want to know how that sounded because
Absolutely.
it probably sounds. That's it though.
And
that
it's really entertaining.
Of course, yeah, that's the other thing is I just want to hear what Tim said again because maybe I didn't catch it all and it's great. Yeah.
Do you think your boss is just looking for a shout out?
Well, if so, mission accomplished.
Okay. Hi, future friend.
Lindsay, Kelly, Lindsay.
Hi.
Maybe if we have another baby shower or something, she'll come because you got to meet my former boss, current VP of marketing, Sarah.
I'm a huge fan.
Yes, you guys hit it off
We
right
like
away.
sought one another out.
Yes. So maybe
Turn
down
that
the
baby
line.
shower upside down. Jesus Christ. I had a conversation with another person yesterday, and
Always people wanting to have conversations.
Right?
God, leave me alone.
and she said, I have a bone to pick with you. And this was at my internship.
Never
so I'm
liked
like,
that phrase,
okay,
by the way.
great. So,
Okay,
my
could be
second
anything.
career is now over.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
She was looking for podcast content. She's like, I need a podcast.
Oh.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So for her, it was a quality of life issue.
I see.
So
She's trying to have her own, trying to take care of herself with some podcast, and was like, "What do you got out there for me?"
yeah.
Got it. Nice.
So she had noticed it had been 2 weeks.
Podcast self-care.
Since we recorded.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, here we are. So what you're saying is
Just
we are,
accomplishing missions all over the place.
or
I'm
not.
gonna try and take off my sweater without removing my headphones. It doesn't feel like it's going to be too successful.
I should really record this, but
no,
I don't have
please
time.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to,
Well, this could solve the microphone or the headphone cord issue if you wanted it to. If you were committed to it and wanted it
You know
to,
what? Hang
now would
on,
be the time. Oh, she's doing it. She's doing it. Yeah, slightly fewer cords today. We have just the single laptop on the table. You did print out some wonderful photos, some throwbacks, throwback photos.
That was Michelle.
Yeah, that Michelle.
And that was Shutterfly.
Oh, I see. Yes, there's some lovely 8x10s on the table here of an early podcast photo.
She printed out photos of, or had printed out rather, photos of our two newer dogs, Butchie and Maisel.
Sure.
A couple of Poppy.
Great. Great.
Candids.
Yeah. Candid
And then I'd
snaps.
say maybe like 24 photos of dogs that are now dead.
Oh, well, I mean.
So it was she was processing a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
And then these were thrown in there. And I was like,
Lovely.
are these all connected?
Are you hearkening to a better time? What's
I
happening
don't know.
here?
I think she had to reach some kind of like minimum for free shipping.
So she threw in some people.
Yeah.
Just to hit. That would be exactly how it would work.
And it
for
happens
us.
to be one with you and I and her.
And her, right?
So,
right.
None of she and I together, but it's fine. It's okay.
It's a lovely picture. It's got we're wearing our Boardwalk T-shirts tees from our
Yep.
friends at Boardwalk T-shirts. Early podcast collab.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? And they're on my list.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're literally on
I
the
see
list
it
of things
on
that I want to talk about.
again, printed out show notes that Kelly's provided for us
I know.
both.
I'm really kicking things up a notch. Can you tell that I'm in the middle of a research proposal?
By how
Everything
profesh the podcast is
bulleted
today.
and numbered and outlined.
Sub bullets, very important. Yeah,
I
totally.
went with the solid bullet and then a hollow bullet indicating a subtopic.
Got it.
So-
Very clear, very concise. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
will need to be peer reviewed at some point. Just don't know when this
Still needs a QA, a 4 eyes, as we call it at work. Yeah. But yeah, Boardwalk Tees. Shout out. Good folks there.
I'm trying to figure out where I want to start on this list.
You had mentioned that this could be a 4-hour podcast if we so chose it to be.
Yeah. I think we're headed in that direction. We're 10 minutes in. We've discussed nothing except my inability to dress myself.
and your wife's love of pictures of everything but
and
you
my
two.
filthy garbage mouth.
Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Sorry, I waited until you took a sip of your coffee. That was rude
That's
of me.
okay. That's all right.
The thing that you mentioned that we could go on and on and on and have an entire episode about is TikTok.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
And anyone who knows me knows that you'd rather I just keep my filthy mouth shut about TikTok at this point, because as an old, I find myself talking about it more than I probably should. And I don't care. I do not care. I love TikTok. I think that it is full of filth, but also full of joy. And that's, I think, what I like about it.
I have yet to find the joy
Just
in TikTok. But here's the thing.
And despair.
Not unlike my strong dislike for Billie Eilish.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, everyone.
Song Bad Guy? I can't stop listening to it.
The views expressed by Kelly Coffee are not necessarily the views of everyone on the Bitter Coffee podcast.
I cannot stop listening to that song.
So, Bad Guy is 2 songs in one.
Yes.
It is 2 different songs mashed together. There is a beginning part and there is an end part. She has another song, which I don't know if you've heard, but if you haven't, I'm sorry in advance. Happier Than Ever? Also 2 songs. She did it at the Grammys.
Is that like her thing? Is that her thing? Probably Grammys.
I don't know if it's her thing or not, but it is, I would say easily, those are my 2 favorite songs that she's done.
Oh.
The front part of Happier Than Ever, I had heard a dozen times and just skipped by it.
Okay.
Like repeatedly. And only recently, like right before the Grammys, I think, I had listened to the whole thing.
Like in preparation for the
Yeah,
Grammys.
basically, yeah, because I'm not going to watch the whole show.
Gotta do Grammy prep.
Who has the time for watching the entire telecast? But the second part
Nobody
of that...
gets slapped in the face there. So.
Right, there was a pretty clear
What's the
indication.
point?
0 assaults at this year's Grammys. Maybe we'll get into that. Probably not. Everyone's had enough of it.
Yeah.
So the second half of Happier Than Ever is a fucking jam.
Really?
Absolutely it is. And it's like, it's a great breakup song. It's a lot of, it's like the continuation of Bad Guy kind of.
Okay.
But it's just rocking. And I hadn't heard it because I thought, oh, well, this is a very kind of lilting sort of ballady kind of song, not my jam at all. And I'd skipped it so many times. Second half of Happier Than Ever, great tune.
Sounds life-changing.
It's really good.
From you.
It's really well. What is it about? So you mentioned that you can't stop listening to Bad Guy, but Billie Eilish kind of, is it just she's just too much? Is it like, what is it that you feel like you just?
The answer to that is within the song Bad Guy.
Okay, great.
Everything's going along. Everything's fine. Right? Maybe I'm doing a little bit of car dancing in the morning. I don't know. And then she has that moment in the song where she just says, duh. It's completely useless and unnecessary. So I thought about maybe drafting an email to her.
Okay. I'm sure she doesn't really communicate via email, so it might come through. It might break through.
Well, isn't her house just like right on the street? Right? You've seen that documentary, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she's just like, oh, yeah, this is my neighborhood. Hi.
Yeah, she's just hanging out.
So, maybe I'll find myself on the West Coast. And at Billie Eilish's house, man, there's so much insanity in that sentence. Yeah, so...
How's being crazy treating you? Well,
hey,
see previous
is Billie
sentence.
home? Can you tell her Kelly's here? It's Kelly from Bitter Coffee, okay?
She'll know. Just say Kelly. She'll know.
Tell her Bitter Coffee's here. Just say that. Actually, you could even just say Bitter Coffee.
She'll know what you mean.
Know. But if she's not home,
so you're going to draft a letter that says the well, duh is unnecessary? Is that the idea?
Or just maybe suggest that she stops doing that. Right? But there's people out there that are like, oh, that's the best part of the song.
Yeah, no, totally.
That's the hook.
No. I think those breaks between, so Happier Than Ever and Bad Guy, that section between where it just like basically changes into a different song, just fascinating to me. And I'm fascinated by her brother, Phineas, who does all the producing and I'm guessing some of the writing and stuff. No, not into that.
He creeps me out. And here's why. I think, well, first of all, he sits entirely too close to his sister. He does not respect her personal space. He's constantly like in her bubble.
You're in my bubble, Phineas. You're in my bubble.
And his girlfriend looks exactly like his sister.
I have not noticed that.
Okay, I want you to Google it right now.
Oh, God.
And I could maybe, I could
be
vamp
upset?
on something.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of pictures if I just Google Phineas's girlfriend, I'm sure.
And first of all, you don't need to put your name in all caps. Right? What's the need? Because it's not like here in the U.S. it's a really common name. It's like, oh, you need the Phineas
you're
with the
that
capital.
Phineas.
And isn't there an option to spell it with a PH?
I mean, there should be, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, am I wrong?
Interesting. So there are articles about this too, that it's like
Okay.
Phineas's girlfriend looks like Phineas's sister.
See?
In the face, I see it. I definitely see it. It's a little bit weird.
Try and find a photo of the two of them together. Billie Eilish and
Yeah,
the
no, I
girlfriend.
saw. There were a bunch because
and
that's
it's
like when it
oh,
comes
she's
up.
hugging a mirror. Right?
Oh boy. I mean, I'm just happy they're happy. I don't
Tell me
honestly. I'm
you don't
fine.
feel differently now.
Okay.
Right?
Well, it's weird, and I will grant you that.
It will creep in. It will
Thank you for planting that seed, I guess.
It will eventually make its home in your brain.
Duh. Burn it. Okay.
Nope. No. See,
I'm sorry that you.
It's fine.
So
anyway,
are TikTok and Billie Eilish intrinsically linked to you? Do you come across a lot of Billie Eilish content?
totally
on
forgot about TikTok.
No, I
Jesus
know, but
Christ.
it's like of an era, right? You feel like
it
TikTok
is.
and Billie
and,
Eilish
you know,
basically came up together,
as an old,
right? Sure.
I feel that maybe I shouldn't be speaking about such things, but I'm going to speak about them anyway. So TikTok for me, I'm a super curious person.
I'm aware of this.
And TikTok Live takes me to places where I have never really been before.
TikTok Live is a strange and magical journey.
It's weird.
It is weird.
I will lose, I don't know, an hour of time.
TikTok time is different than actual
It's crazy.
time. Yeah, it's
I'm like,
not the
how
same.
long was that? It was 10 minutes. Nope, 6 hours.
Just watched 900 short videos.
But my algorithm dictates the following.
Okay.
When I go on TikTok Live, and I don't have enough followers to like do a live, so everybody can just shut up.
Stop drafting the email / social media post.
That's
asking
the
for
only
TikTok
thing barring
Live.
us from doing a live.
Right.
is that,
the follower
you know,
count. Totally.
I don't know about you, Derek. I like to keep my follower count really low.
Yeah, I'm very specific
You know what
about
I
who I
mean?
allow to follow me on social media.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Same. Yeah.
you don't want to follow me. That's fine. Anyway, it's old people listening to 80s music, and they may or may not be living in like a camper.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of people living in campers on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
People who are arguing about politics.
Sure. Oh,
And just
shocking that
looking
TikTok has
for the
delivered
fight.
that to you. Uh-huh.
And I'm really trying to stay out of the fight, but I'm losing. I'm fighting a losing battle.
With yourself. Uh-huh. Yep.
And 20-something lesbians who do meal planning.
Oh.
So that's my algo.
I just love that, like, TikTok has become a place for everyone. Everyone, there is a TikTok for you. Like, and I'm not just talking about your For You page. I'm saying that, like, if you do a thing, there is a TikTok group for that. And the shocking thing, the amazing thing to me about TikTok is that I see on my TikTok For You page none of that.
So if you and I went on TikTok right now.
Yep. And
on
scroll
TikTok
through
Live-
like the first 10 things we saw, I
Right.
almost guarantee you
ready?
none of them would be the same.
Let's do it.
Also, I don't go on TikTok Live very often, so I'm interested in what might be on there because I'm very much a like just scroll my feed kind of person. I don't generally jump into the lives right away, although TikTok wants me to. TikTok is like, please watch all of the live stuff. I'm begging you.
All right. I am now at a farmer's market.
Okay.
Not really sure where.
Okay.
I am the only person watching.
Okay.
Number of viewers, 1. That's me.
Where do you see that number of viewers?
Top right-hand corner.
Oh, see, mine doesn't. Mine just is like truncated, so I can't even see. I don't know if that means there's a lot of people or not. I'm watching someone bowl.
Okay.
I am in a bowling alley.
All right.
And I am watching, I'm guessing, a group of 5 or so late teens bowl.
Okay.
So that's video 1.
All right,
Video
next one?
2, I am watching someone very carefully remove the shell from an egg.
I have Honey Boo Boo's mom getting a haircut.
Okay.
That's her, right?
I have no idea,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Okay, let's go
Next.
third.
Guy singing in his living room, sheet as curtain.
Oh, I mean,
See a lot of that.
not anything wrong with that.
And a ceiling fan, and he's waving his arms about and waving goodbye. All right.
I have someone who is filming what appears to be an automated readout of their own TikTok comments and or feed that is being printed by a printer.
I've seen that one.
So it's just like you can say stuff and it will show up on this printer. Okay, let's
Next.
go for one of the classics from Derek's feed. Kelly got the egg. I got the egg shell removal. This is a classic for me. The ping pong ball trick shots.
Yeah.
I have got somebody.
I'm surprised you haven't tried that yet. And I don't want to assume, but I feel that if you were to try
Sure.
that, I would know about it.
I've tried it in my mind, Kelly.
Okay.
I have definitely thought to myself, could this be a ping pong trick shot area right here? As I move my ladder in my garage and lean it up against the wall, I'm like, ooh, I bet I could get a ping pong ball to go down each one of those rungs.
All those pots and pans we got rid of when we moved. Damn it. All right, now I have the person shelling an egg.
Kelly's got shelling an egg, and then I had cake decorating as my fifth one was somebody decorating a cake.
Oh, I have people at another farmer's market, but it looks like it's people in another land.
Okay. Foreign farmer's market. I like that you got two farmer's markets.
Yeah.
Our only crossover egg shell removal dissection. It was like somebody who had like a partially boiled egg that they were taking the shell off
They
of.
have like gloves.
And like a
surgical
legit
gloves.
scalpel type
I'll
of
watch that
situation.
for 15 minutes. I really will.
I watched a concert on TikTok last night, which I've never done other than my mom. My mom did some live stuff on TikTok.
Yep.
Of course, shout out my mom, Gladdouse, who
Doesn't she have like 14,000 followers?
her TikTok account is now called Eccentrics, which is the name of her band, Eccentrics. Kelly, I'll have you know that my mom has 104,000 followers on TikTok.
Shut up.
Well, last time I checked, that's how many it was. Let's see if that's still the number real quick. I'm curious.
Your mom.
Yeah, my mom got me into TikTok.
And she started doing it.
She was an early adopter
response
because
to the pandemic.
To the
right?
pandemic, exactly. She 104.8 thousand followers.
Jesus Christ
Yeah.
Almighty.
Yep. Look up my mom, Eccentrics.
Can you
on
spell
TikTok.
that?
Yeah, I'm going to spell it right now. I just realized that no one's going to know how to spell that. So it's XCENTRIX1 at XCENTRIX1. That's Eccentrics. That's my mom. Gladdouse Eccentrics is the name of her band, and she was. They post some band content there occasionally, but mostly it's just her singing songs, doing covers
With other people.
Sometimes with other people. Like
Yeah.
she'll do duets on TikTok with other people. Some of those have been big that she's done.
Didn't Melissa Etheridge give her a
Melissa
shout out?
Etheridge liked one of her videos.
Which is insane.
It was like, nice job or something. Yeah. Who else? She's had a few like legit, like big time artists be like, nice work. It's crazy.
And it's
not
like
surprising.
Crosby,
She's
Stills,
amazing.
Nash and Young are like, well, wait, maybe we could get the band back together now.
She's like bringing out groups that have since. Maybe TikTok's the way forward.
So it would be Douse, Stills, Nash, and Young.
And Crosby, but not Crosby anymore. Yeah,
Because
so
he's
there
dead
you
now.
right, because he's dead now. So
Yeah.
yeah, she just fills in there for the Crosby piece. Maybe.
Kind of like John Mayer and the Grateful Dead. Just just kind of,
Dead and Company. Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen to a great podcast with John Mayer, did an interview that he did that was with Corey Wong. That was fantastic. Yes, I watched a concert on TikTok last night, a band called Sub Radio out of DC, Sub-Radio. I would highly recommend everyone look into them. Very catchy pop music, good live act, and basically have come up on TikTok. They do lives on TikTok that are just great. It's like one of their basements, I'm guessing, but it's really well lit, and they've got wacky inflatable flailing arm tube men that go in the background
like
as they're playing.
the
car dealership.
The car dealership things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're just very talented and they're good, great vocals, great energy. Their drummer is like a badass on the drums. He's always doing stuff. It's great. Highly recommend Sub Radio on TikTok /Spotify /Apple Music or wherever you get your tunes from. Other things about TikTok that you wanted to cover real quick? I have one video on TikTok. My TikTok account includes a video of me. Mm-hmm. It is me juggling in slow motion at a company event that we did.
And you're juggling bowling pins.
I'm juggling pins. Yes,
Yeah.
juggling pins. Yep.
Not bowling pins, but juggling pins.
like juggling pins. Sorry to get pedantic on you there, but those are
not
juggling
bowling pins,
Bowling
Kelly.
pins you can do much more difficult, much heavier. Bowling pins very heavy as it turns out.
Sure.
But yeah, one of my coworkers took a slow-mo of me juggling and I put it on TikTok and it's soundtracked by the song First Time Feeling by Ripe. felt right for the first TikTok video.
Sure.
Yeah, so check that out or don't. Because my mom has 104,000 followers and because she has shouted me out multiple times on her TikTok, I have like 300 followers on TikTok, which is ridiculous because I don't post anything.
It's kind of a lot, though. If you don't
But I mean,
post
percentage-wise, thanks everybody who follows my mom, who has since followed me, because I can't imagine how anyone else would have gotten to my TikTok account.
I should follow your mom.
Yes, you should. She is coming back. She came back today from a cruise that her and her husband took.
Oh.
Gone for a month,
What?
Kelly. A month. From Brazil through the Mediterranean and then flew back home from Rome. Tough life they're living. But yeah, they got back in town this morning, actually.
Nice.
Yep. So expect her to be back on TikTok soon.
Good.
I know the social media has missed her dearly.
I bet.
And I'm sure she has missed it too. They had no internet. So yeah,
Wow,
she's rolling back in. I saw many likes on my account this morning from my mother.
Oh, that's sweet.
Shout out, Glad. Love you. What else you got? So if we're going to move on from TikTok, what else did you want to chat
I got
about
my COVID booster, my second booster.
Oh, congrats. Dual boosted.
Woo!
New boost goofing.
As my friend Margot said, I am vaxxed to the max.
Nice.
She is not wrong.
Max vax.
It was a time.
Yeah. Okay.
I had definitely been through it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I decided I was just going to get it out of the way.
Sure.
A, because like I said earlier, I'm an old, and B, Michelle has a compromised immune system.
Sure, right.
So, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I found out.
You get horribly sick? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fun.
Well, you know my thing. I can't just go into any setting.
Kelly is making a large.
I'm doing pie plate fan hands.
Jesus at the table kind of hands to express
This is a buffet,
everything.
everybody.
Yeah,
It's a
this
buffet.
whole area. You cannot go into any whole area.
I can't just go in and complete the task and then leave.
Sure.
As much as I try. So I roll up to CVS and I have the following day off. And I figured, if I have the day off, then I can just, relax if I maybe need to hydrate.
Sure.
And I have my COVID booster card in my passport holder thing.
Yeah, makes
because
sense.
I need that when I travel next month.
Yep.
It was 10 minutes on my trip to Ireland that I haven't even gone on yet. To the poor woman just waiting to just
All she wanted
put
to do
this poison in my arm.
was get you vaxxed.
She was into it, though.
Yeah? She was interested in what you were going to be doing?
She was
you were
like,
going to be seeing?
ooh, that's a fancy little book.
She asked you about leprechaun traps? Or?
No.
Well,
'cause
uneducated. You can't help
maybe
that.
I wasn't listening because I was too busy talking about myself. And so she saw the book that I had, my passport and my COVID card in. Oh, that's really handy.
Oh, nice.
So then I figured I would maybe do a bit because I dropped it on the floor twice and I couldn't get the card out. And I was like, oh, so when I lose everything, I'll lose it all at once.
Turned into Goofy for some reason.
I did. And then it was, going for school and blah, blah, blah. And that's what we're going to do. And I mean, she was very understanding.
She was patient with you.
She was.
She's dealt with your kind before.
Yeah, I think she's actually dealt with me before.
Oh, right. Kelly Coffee.
Oh, that's right. She always used to say, it's EY. So, which I have to do often.
Well, I mean, it's understandable.
But now I just offer it.
Yeah.
COFFEY. EY.
I spell my name every single time a new person asks me, what's your name? Derek. DAREK. It's just natural.
See,
I don't, there's no point in not doing it. And even when I do, 9 times out of 10 it's spelled wrong anyway.
Thanks for letting me be seen.
Yeah, I hear you, Kelly. I'm here for you and I relate and understand.
So I get home and I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Hours later, I had a fever. It was 102. And then at one point, because I couldn't find my glasses.
Yep.
I took my temp and I thought it said 103, but I couldn't. I cannot see anything without my glasses.
You're like,
now.
I have a temperature. It is a number.
I'm so old that I have to get a second booster.
Sure.
But I'm also so old that when I take my glasses off, I can't see anything.
Just blind. Yes.
Blind.
So you definitely had a fever of some amount.
Totally. Yeah.
Did you try cowbell? Just curious.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't.
I mean,
and
if you're
now
do any self-care.
I guess I'm gonna need to get another booster in probably a week. Yeah, I was out. It kind of
that
wrecked me.
sucks.
It was the whole headache so bad I couldn't lift my head off the pillow kind of thing.
Goodness gracious.
Couldn't watch any crappy TV.
Oh, no.
Because the screen hurt my eyes.
Yeah.
And my whole entire body. So I was kind of listening to television.
Yeah.
Laying on the couch, but facing the other way. And then I'd wake up and it'd be 4 hours later.
Right. Just
And I'm sweaty.
doze off into a
And I'm is it 7
coma.
p.m. or 7 a.m.?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How long did it last? How long were you down for?
It lasted almost exactly 36 hours.
Oh, wow. God.
So
Damn
when
it.
I went to my internship on Wednesday, still was feeling not my best.
Yeah.
But figured, let me just power through it. It's nothing that's contagious.
Right.
And I'm glad that I stayed because by, I guess, noon, so maybe my math is wrong, but stop judging everybody. It was less than 48
People
hours.
were taking
Be
notes,
quiet.
okay, so she was
Oh,
sick,
carry
and then
the
she
one,
went
and
to
she
her
said
internship.
it was in the afternoon.
Right, it was in the afternoon, so that would lead me to believe it's
This
all those
does
fucking
not
true crime
add up.
podcasts out there.
Exactly.
Everybody's ready to
And you know
only
my
murders
wife-
in the building.
Bit of a gumshoe.
I've heard. Yes, indeed.
So, I feel better. It's
I'm
fine.
glad that you're feeling better now.
Yeah.
This is not an ad to not get your second booster. If you feel as though it would be
No.
helpful to you, please do so.
Yeah.
It affects everyone differently. You'll probably be fine, and if you're not, you'll be fine eventually. And then hopefully you don't get COVID. So go get boosted.
Yeah, no, I felt
Max
great. It was
boosted.
Max boosted. I'm going to put that on my resume. So then, I have all this time to kind of think.
Yeah.
And I realized, boy, this is really a podcast about
Oh, there's been a dust infiltration.
sweater in my mouth.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
Just cat hacking over here.
It's my life now. So Michelle and I were talking the other day about, me getting the COVID booster, and she's like, just what happens when you get older and blah, blah,
Sure.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other things.
Okay.
That I don't want
Old things. Is
Old
what we're,
things.
Okay.
I'm glad that we're doing the show this week.
Yeah.
Because next week, hard flex,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be prepping for my first colonoscopy.
I was gonna, you know what? I almost volunteered. Oh, next week colonoscopy?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Wow, I'm sure you're stoked about it.
Here's the thing. I've been told that I won't remember it. And if
okay.
it was anything like the procedure that I had done last year, it was an enjoyable experience. I'm not even kidding. It was a different body part.
Sure.
But they offer the same type of sedatives.
Got it.
So that
Can
part.
we just run back whatever I had last time? 'Cause
right?
that worked out
can
real
I
nice.
reorder that? So I think it's basically the same thing.
Okay, gotcha.
And yeah, they say that you're awake, but you're not. And I don't remember what I had for dinner last night. I'm not going to remember that.
Don't worry, they're going to find out.
This is
Whatever it
true.
was the previous night.
No, it's all going to be gone.
That's true. You're going to find out.
I'm going to find out.
Violently.
So
sorry.
so I'm doing that. And then I've been having trouble with my hand for, 2 years, my
Oh.
right hand.
Wow.
I have to have a prosthetic put in my thumb.
What?
I know.
Are you going to be partial bionic?
No.
Oh.
But it is called a tightrope procedure.
Oh. Okay.
So they basically take out one of the bones and then they
Right.
put in this thing and then they
Okay, but if I'm
they
going to have
anchor it to other bones.
if I'm going to have a medical procedure, I would really rather it weren't called a tightrope procedure. Yeah.
Right?
Is there a net? Like, are you going to have
the other bone in my
spotters?
thumb? I'm definitely gonna have spotters.
God.
So yeah, but that's not until June.
Okay.
So my colonoscopy and this other hand procedure are going to be done at shout out to Green Mountain Surgery Center.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
Those
adore
folks.
those people.
Okay, nice.
Want to sedate me and cut me open or put things in me and take things out of me? Go right ahead. They're a
I was gonna
lovely
sing
bunch
I want to
of
be
folks.
sedated, but I'll
Nah,
save
you know,
everybody.
I'm gonna create a playlist.
The surgery playlist.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I hope it all goes smoothly and swimmingly. I know
you.
the colonoscopy will go smoothly. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But
But it just kind of speaks to I'm at that age where I have to start
Sure.
doing stuff like that. I
Yep.
also, something I started doing recently, if I leave someone's house
Yep.
or if I drive by someone's house, not that I'm like just driving around beeping, but if I leave somebody's house, I'll beep the horn.
Oh, yeah.
And when my dad did that, I was like, that's a weird thing to do.
Yep.
It's not like they don't know you're leaving.
You were just there.
I was just there, and now I'm driving backwards.
the departure honk is a vital part of adulthood. It's a vital part of being an adult driver and leaving other adults' locations. You have to, and it's...
What age did you start house beeping?
32.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty distinct. It was a pretty distinct moment in my life, and Hannah has actually encouraged this because her father does that, and so whenever we leave her parents' house, it's very. If I don't do it, there's a reminder.
You could blow the whole visit.
Blow the whole visit,
right? Christmas
retroactively ruin the visit if there's
perfect
not a
birthday party for Gwenny.
If there's not a double short burst honk, if there's not a. That's a problem. That is a problem.
Do you do a wave, or you keep an attendant too?
So luckily, there's a passenger, generally speaking, that is Hannah, and therefore I do the honk, she does the wave. That's how we've divided the responsibilities.
Yeah, that's a great.
I can focus on driving. There. Yeah, that's a couple goals right there, is it not?
Right there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the things you realize that you've become old and have to do, or more specifically for in my life right now, like get excited about. The amount of conversations I have had with fellow olds at work about like random stuff that's happening about. Okay, so I got a new garage door opener. Everyone who listens to this podcast who also works with me is like, all right, how far do I have to fast forward to get past the talk about the garage door opener?
Okay. You know what, Derek? Feel free to process here.
This is a safe space. Okay. I got a new garage door opener, and it has changed my life. It is so incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't know how loud my other garage door opener was until I got the new one. I thought everyone just had like a earthquake, tornado sounds kind of experience whenever they opened and shut the garage door. I thought that was just how it worked.
And you know this because Michelle's garage door. Has an automatic opener.
Yes.
And for new listeners, Derek and Hannah used to live in the apartment that I'm now living in.
We lived in the space that we are currently sitting in, and the garage that we speak of is directly to the right of us on the other side of this wall right here, which you can hear us banging on. Yes, and it's quite loud.
Not anymore.
No, is it? Did you get a new one?
Yeah. Yeah. So she got a new one because the other one broke.
Yep.
And the people who were the tenants upstairs complained and said, hey, it's too loud.
Oh, my goodness.
Because there's 2 bedrooms upstairs, so it could be over their bedroom. So Michelle got one. It's whisper quiet.
Yeah,
I'm tempted
to make it make noise?
Yeah. Or to play it for you, as it were, right now. So you can say, there's no garage. That's a gentle morning breeze.
Yeah. So, what would be convenient about that if you had my garage door openers that, like my washing machine, it has Wi-Fi.
Oh.
And so I could right now, if I wanted to, terrify my wife at home by opening the garage door from my phone.
See, this is where my mind would go.
Your priorities would be haunted garage.
Or, alternatively, murderers.
Sure.
Who were in the house to murder. And rob.
Yep.
It's like robbers and murderers. They meet on the corner.
Yep.
They see your garage door go up. This is it. This is our chance.
Now's the time.
We've trained our whole lives for this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Didn't spend 4 years at Robin School for nothing.
Nope. Yep. At the Murder Academy. Yeah, that's where my mind would go. And I would constantly be checking, did I just open up my garage door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it tells me because I get alerts as well whenever the garage door opens or closes.
See, I would throw a fit. I would.
So it's whisper quiet, attached to Wi-Fi. I'm not lying to you. I've opened and closed the garage door since we got it installed on Wednesday, 100 plus times.
Okay.
Just because,
solid number.
It brings me joy. The other thing that we've done recently is we bought a new bed.
Oh.
And as far as olds and trying to be comfortable,
can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes, of course.
You and Hannah are still married.
Yeah.
Because...
Yes.
Okay.
The process did not, shockingly, end our relationship. Because
that's a battle, right?
It took some doing. So, short story as best I can on this. We had been thinking about getting a bed for like a year since we moved into the new house, for sure. Because now that we have like an actual spare room to put another bed in, we're like, oh, we should get a new bed. We looked online a whole bunch. There's so many online bed options.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're going to lay on that thing for 10, 15 years. And so we needed to have some kind of idea of what it was going to be like to lay on a bed we were going to buy. So we've tried beds locally. We've looked at a bunch of different options.
Hot today.
I mean, or so. And so we finally go to St. Albans. We're going to buy a bed. We made a decision. Hey, we're going to go to whatever the home store is there and get a bed. We go. We try a bunch.
The St. Albans.
St. Albans beds are us.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Total Home Store, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, we go in this room. First of all, the room that they have the beds in, because it's all different furniture and stuff, is like they've intentionally dimmed the lights.
Oh.
It's like they're trying to set the mood to
Aren't
buy
you tired?
a bed.
Don't you want to lie down?
We were like, and
this here bed?
We walked in, and Hannah couldn't help herself out loud. It's like, boy, it's awfully dark in here. And the guy was like, oh yeah, we lower the lights. We try to set the mood, and we're both just like, for what?
Like music starts playing.
Do you want us to fall asleep here? Because I don't want to do that.
We don't want to move in here.
Yeah, this feels predatory. Can we turn the lights up so that I can see the beds I'm going to try? Yeah. Anyway,
manager around.
We're talking right here. Can you point me? Do you have an HR department? So we're talking to the guy about beds. We finally find one that we're looking at. So we've been talking to this gentleman for 15 minutes.
Okay.
I've right away indicated we want a king bed. We'd like to get it soon because we have guests coming. We want to set up the spare room. And here's kind of what we're looking at. So he showed us a couple things. We tried a couple beds. We're like, we like this one. He's like, great. Goes back to the computer. Getting ready to buy the bed.
He did the fake typing.
Fake types for what's felt like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's finally like, oh, I don't have that one in stock. And we're
How
like,
do you not know when you get to work that day?
Well, here's the even more important question. Turns out
Now I'm angry.
they had one king-size bed in stock. One king-size bed that they could have sold us. We spent 40 minutes looking at beds that there was never a chance that we were going to be able to buy that day.
I would have just hung a sign on the door.
No beds today.
Yeah.
Beds gone.
Yeah.
And so
Yes, we have no king size beds.
so we wasted all of this time. And then we went home and I bought a ghost bed online. So if anybody's curious about what bed, speaking of haunted elements of your home, we bought a ghost bed. It gets here sometime this week. We're very excited about it.
I bought a tuft and needle bed.
I have heard great things about the tufted needle.
You know what? I have considered just completely throwing my life away just so I can lay in bed.
Just living in the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good bed.
I'm like, that's so important. It is not anything I ever thought I would care so deeply about until I turned a certain age. But God damn it, if it's not a vital part of your life to have a bed that's comfortable.
You want to go to a restaurant when it's not crowded.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You want to know why? Because you want to hear what the person's saying across the table
you don't
from
have
you.
to scream at
in
each
the
other.
booth across from you. Yep.
Yep.
Michelle and I got
amazing.
some takeout yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Friday's usually like our day to I don't cook because I love her and I don't want to make her ill.
You care about her.
I do.
Yep.
And it was opening day, Yankees Red Sox.
yeah.
And as a newly converted Red Sox fan,
Right, I've heard. Yep.
super excited.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Tip of the cap to the dearly departed Jerry Remy.
Indeed.
So, it was a whole thing. So we usually get cheeseburgers from this place called Rocky's Pizza.
Okay, I'm familiar with Rockies.
Kind of like a little secret thing. So I thought they only had pizzas and stuff, which is fine. I'm not judging anybody.
Yeah.
But I ordered a cheeseburger from there several months ago. Nailed it.
Great.
So that's where we go.
You find a good cheeseburger, you stick with it.
That's it. And then a couple months later, Michelle was like, well, what do you got there? I get it's a cheeseburger and fries. I could go for one of those.
Yeah.
And I'm already done eating it. So I just order one. You know what I mean?
Just
All right.
on a whim.
Whatever.
All right, sure.
So we tried yesterday via Grubhub.
Okay, sure. Yep.
Ordered the usual. Just hit order again.
Yeah, that's great.
20 minutes later, order was canceled.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
And they said it was pushed up to like 5:15. That's the middle of the night for me. Right? Like, what do we do? Eat at 7 o'clock? I'm not on cocaine. So they were going to deliver it at 5:15, canceled.
Yeah.
And they asked me to reorder it. So I did.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it'll be here at 7:30. I'm
Oh,
like,
my
ridiculous.
God,
2
yeah.
seconds later, order was canceled. It was like they read my mind.
Well, yeah. Like, wait a second. We realize that she's never going to be able to stay up that late.
So at this point, I'm like, I guess we're just going to starve.
No food for us.
I guess I'll just start my
this night.
colonoscopy cleanse now for a week.
Really get a jump on it. Yeah.
So we ordered from a place right up the street that used to be Junior's.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And now it's called the Hideaway
Yeah. I went by there the other
Steakhouse.
day. I was like, this place is still weird.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah?
Get takeout from there, my
No
friend.
kidding. Interesting.
Hell of a burger.
So just running back the cheeseburgers.
Because I had this vision of me, like I was going to have to now I have to go in search of cheeseburgers.
Right, because you'd found
My
one
wife
you
has
liked,
her mind
and now
set on it. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, yeah, I've been thinking about it all day. I'm hungry. Like she
Yeah.
skipped lunch.
Oh, geez, to get the cheeseburger, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, where can I go in my pajamas to pick up food?
Sure.
Like options are pretty limited.
Yeah.
On a Friday when it's not winter.
Right.
And they're not doing like the curbside pickup thing. So I had this vision of me rolling up to what in my head I called Texas Meat House.
That's a different place.
And then
The Texas Meat House is a very
So
different
then I
place.
Googled it, and
than
it
the
was like,
Texas
oh, it's Roadhouse.
Yes. Great Swayze film,
yep,
mediocre food.
that's exactly where I went.
Yep.
And then tried the Hideaway place because they said that they did delivery on Grubhub.
Okay.
Hell of a burger. Little shout out to
hear.
them.
Nice.
I never want to go there because
Yeah.
it always looks like maybe it's not really a restaurant.
It looks a little bit fronty.
Well, Hideaway.
Sure.
Right? Or like
Hideaway,
hide out.
embezzlement. Yeah.
It just feels like people are being either held captive or like you said, like there's some embezzlement.
Right.
I don't know.
Situation. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. So you've reminded me of something I wanted to chat with you about today. So I went and got coffee for us on
Mm-hmm.
the way here, as I mentioned, and you had said that you wanted a latte, and I realized that at some point in the last 10 years or so.
That my coffee orders are pretentious at times.
No. I mean, we could go into that if we wanted to, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
another show.
It's another show.
Yeah.
I realized that default coffee to me went away. And what I mean by that is you used to say I would like a coffee or an iced coffee.
Fair.
Nowadays, I'm realizing that, like, if someone says they want a coffee, I have no idea what they mean. Do they want a hot coffee or a cold coffee? And
I see.
For years, it was like coffee and iced coffee. But in my brain now, coffee doesn't assign itself to either temperature. And I'm curious if that's a me issue, because you just said, I want a latte. This is the kind of latte I want. And I was like, great, hot or cold. I'm assuming you were just like, I didn't say anything. I didn't say iced, so I meant a hot coffee.
Yeah, I'm a hot coffee gal.
So the reason
Yeah.
that I bring this up, and there's, I think that's a me problem. But are
Okay.
you aware that there is also a strong debate within the burger community about whether a cheeseburger should be the default burger? And if you don't want cheese, it's a cheeseburger with no cheese.
Is there a group that I can join where I can debate this?
Yes, it's called Reddit. And you're
Okay.
welcome there anytime.
No, that seems like, oh God, they would eat me alive.
Reddit's a strange place. But no, it's interesting because there are some very passionate folks out there about, like, a burger has cheese on it to be better than, to be its best self.
Sure.
A burger includes cheese.
For those of us who enjoy cheese.
Sure, for sure. Or, yeah, so the non-lactose sensitive among us who enjoy cheese, you get a cheeseburger that has cheese on it. The whole contingent here, or the whole issue here, is that, like, you have to pay extra for a cheeseburger. And I would almost rather just give me the cheeseburger price. And then if I would like to deduct the cost of cheese, I'm going to need to be active about that.
Wouldn't you just order a hamburger?
Well, so this is how you get the burger people over the hump about
Maybe
this.
I should join Reddit. I feel pretty.
I just
pretty
feel like
confident in my argument.
the best burger is a
called a
cheeseburger.
hamburger.
The best burger is a cheeseburger. And if you want a hamburger, I guess that's fine. But you're really just getting a cheeseburger without cheese. That's my opinion. That's how I
Okay.
feel. I'm just leaving it there. That's enough of that conversation. But I just feel like, for me, the idea that I realized I don't have a default coffee, and if
Yeah.
anything, my default coffee is iced coffee.
But do you remember back in the day? Because there was a day.
It's a Tuesday. Yep.
Yep. And I think it was like right when iced coffee became a thing, when
Yeah.
people just weren't making hot coffee
Right.
and throwing a bunch of ice cubes in.
Right.
Because then it's just like brown
cooled
water.
down coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
So people would like they would try and be kind of stealthy about it. Oh, can I get a coffee?
Yeah.
Can you make that a hazelnut? And you know what? Make it ice. Right?
Well, it was at one
it was
point
like they would get all like puffed up.
well, and it was an ordeal and a half.
But now, if you say, "Can I get an iced hazelnut coffee?" They're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, are you due back at your nursing home soon?" Right?
hazelnut, huh? Interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is your driver here? Because obviously you don't have a driver's license anymore.
I can't just give this to you and let you walk out without knowing you have a safe way to get home.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, and hazelnut, I don't know how hazelnut became the default flavored coffee.
I was all in with hazelnut back in the day, like in the
can't
90s.
do it. I can't do it. I've never.
That was my jam.
Yeah.
But again, I
you weren't
do
alone.
sometimes order pretentious coffee.
I thought your order today was very normal. I
Okay.
honestly was not
Yeah, but you're
offended.
a coffee person, so
That's true.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true. I never get like a coffee with milk.
You know what I almost went
never
with?
going to be
Almost
a thing.
went with a flat white.
I was wondering if you were just
I
going to
was-
be
I
like
was so on
flat
the
white,
fence.
please. Yeah.
I was really on the fence.
If anybody's curious, Kelly's coffee order was a venti vanilla latte with an extra shot of espresso.
Yep.
Yep.
That's my go-to.
I got a dulce de leche latte with light ice and whole milk.
Oh,
So there you go. If you're ever
okay.
curious about
Cheers, friend.
Cheers, my friend.
There we go.
We accept payment in subscriptions and Starbucks gift cards.
You know what we should do? And I keep on calling it the Panther Paw. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. You need a minute?
That was a coffee sip nearly that went all over the electronics. I do have no idea what a Panther Paw is.
It's like when people have to pay to listen to stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's there's like a word, right? Like a website?
Like Patreon?
Yes.
Panther Paw.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, right?
Subscribe to our Panther Paw?
Yeah.
Should we have a Panther Paw?
Why
Do you think
not?
we should start one?
I don't know.
Would
You know,
anyone donate to our Patreon if we had such a thing?
that's the thing, right?
How will we know unless we
I
try?
mean, I want to maybe hold people's feet to the fire a little bit. Why not? What do we have to lose other than listeners? Right?
What do we have to lose other than the thing we're trying to keep? Listeners. Great
Speaking
call.
of which, we have a new listener that I just discovered yesterday.
Oh, okay. Great to hear.
In addition to, once again, shout out to Sarah. Shout out to
Lindsay.
Kirsten.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Who also works at my internship.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she's she went deep.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well-
I saw her. She went on vacation. Before she went on vacation, she said, "Oh, you know what? I'm terrified of crickets too."
Oh, my gosh.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So she's
Deep cuts.
she's in the archive.
Wow, she's in the back catalog
Yeah.
at this point.
So
Yeah,
that
shout
made
out
me
as well
happy.
to our brand new listeners in India and who was the
France.
other? And France. We may have a spam issue on the Bitter Coffee subscription page. We're not sure.
Or, I mean, you did the quick math.
Yeah.
Didn't we have 12,000 more listens
Yeah, we had
in the past week?
some ridiculous amount of
Yeah.
listens. The charts make no sense on Libsyn right now. But I look back and we had exactly 24 new downloads on every single episode. So either we have some kind of spam thing or we have some very dedicated. We have 24 very dedicated new listeners.
We do have
Thank
a
you for
woman who
downloading
writes
every episode.
for Rolling Stone and some
Oh.
other music
Well, now.
magazines who just started following the pod.
Does she have a Patreon? Because I'd be happy to donate to her
know.
Patreon if it means a little bit of kickback coverage.
I don't know. Maybe we should do that. I don't know.
Oh, we'll put it out there. Just curious.
I've had people ask me in the past,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, I thought it was a Panther Paw. So, the fuck do I know?
We don't have one of those.
No, we
Is that
don't
what
know.
that's like what the Brady Bunch found on the beach, right? Was the Panther Paw? Is that what that was? That they cursed them or something?
that
I don't
was a
remember.
statue.
It was a statue. Yeah, it was a statue. Yeah.
And it was on Peter's chest. Peter wore it. Well, they originally found it.
I knew this was gonna end up
Bobby found it on
supposed
the
to be
beach.
a throwaway joke, and there's nothing I can do now.
And-
We're on our way, folks.
They put it on a string or like a rope,
Yeah.
and they gave it to Greg to wear during his surfing competition.
That's right. Yes, there was a surfing competition. That's
He
right.
did terrible.
Because of the tiki
Peter
god or
was
whatever.
watching. Peter was wearing it, and he got a spider or a tarantula on his chest, and he kept on saying, "Please get off me." And then I think Bobby was wearing it.
You know, people come to Bitter Coffee for Brady Bunch episode recaps.
Please contribute for our Panther Paw.
Please contribute to our Panther Paw for more Brady Bunch episode
content.
recaps. Should we call Tim?
Yeah, let's call.
Should we call?
You know, I want to talk to him because Michelle and I had a conversation. Not to bring it back to age, but there's a person that Michelle and I both find very attractive. And we're not going to pursue it because she's in politics, and that's the last thing we need.
Okay.
But I want to see if Tim finds her attractive. I can't ask you because I know your wife,
I see.
and you know what I mean.
Interesting.
Like, I don't want to upset her.
No, I get that.
Here we go.
No, I get that completely. He may or may not pick up. I understand he may be driving today. So he said he would try. He had some things he needed to bring up with us, is how he phrased it. So if he's available,
Like,
we'll get him. If not, we'll not.
Access to crime.
I mean, that's kind of the vibe I got,
Okay.
to be perfectly frank.
I like that you didn't pursue it. You're like, okay,
no, I was like,
fine. It's
listen,
cool.
hashtag save it for the pod, as far as I'm concerned.
So let me ask you something.
Shoot.
Go ahead. Go
How
ahead.
long do you drive with your check engine light on before you decide maybe this is bad?
All right, a lot of variables. A,
Yeah.
good morning, Tim. B,
Oh, hey, Kelly.
what kind of car?
It's afternoon. Clean it up.
What kind of car
Derek
are
and
we
Kelly
driving?
in the morning.
And Tim Chang, too.
Ah, good stinger. Good stinger.
Very nice.
Yeah, so talk about variables. And are you, in fact, currently driving a car with your check engine light
Currently
on?
engaged.
Okay, so this is important and topical.
What kind of car and what year?
Oh,
Old and old.
Okay.
got it.
How far is your trip? How far are you driving?
I am on my way home. I probably got an hour and a half to go.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
How long has it been on?
About an hour.
Oh, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
So I should mention that I am crazy and have also driven shitbox cars my entire life.
Sure, sure.
So I have a peripheral which you plug into the car and you can use your phone to read the diagnostic code.
Oh, you read the codes.
Oh,
Reading
okay.
codes. Okay.
It's like we're
Because,
talking to a
when
real
you-
life Jetson.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah.
When you drive shitboxes and you need to get an inspection sticker, you sometimes need to reset a code so it goes away just long enough to
I
get an inspection
see.
sticker, So,
Work in the system.
Megan and I went through the entire diagnostic phase. Phase?
Phrase.
Also phrasing. And
Must be the Panther Paw.
the error read we got back was an error code and a number, and it just said unknown error.
Oh, unknown errors are my favorite errors.
But here's the thing:
Yeah,
if things are unknown, you don't need to worry about them because they're unknown.
They're unknown. What could
Because
you
no one
possibly do
knows,
about
right?
it? Yeah.
Could be right or wrong. Could be good or bad. Just because it's a check engine light doesn't mean check it because it's bad.
Could be check it for
Maybe-
candy. You don't know.
Maybe it's evolved over time and there's a new feature available.
Check to make sure it hasn't added 2 new cylinders. You don't know.
Or maybe just check in to see how the engine's doing.
Yeah, maybe it's looking for some self-care
Maybe I
and needs
just
a
need to
friend.
ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
Just
a
pop
length?
open the hood.
Do you
Hey,
have
engine.
a length of black tape?
Because we could cure that light situation for you real quick.
Nighty night, engine. Sweet, sweet dreams, baby engine.
I love the idea of a check engine light that is literally the engine going, I just need a friend. I just need someone to talk to.
I'm just feeling a little
Everyone
overworked.
asks me to start, but never asks how
And
I'm
it's weird.
doing.
For a year,
Turn me on,
I
they
went
turn me off,
nowhere.
They turn me off, but no one really asks if I like it.
I was on the other side of the street every day, every single day for a year.
Everyone's always
We didn't
concerned
go
about my
anywhere.
willpower, my horsepower, but not my willpower.
If you tell me one more time you wish that I had more intervals on my windshield wipers, I will freak out. Maybe the check engine light is just a warning shot, being like, "Stop talking shit about me, or I will fuck you up."
Yep. It feels like your engine is just, I don't know, threatening you right now.
Yeah, it does feel.
I think so.
Does feel
Like
a little bit
passive-aggressive,
confrontational. Yeah, a
you
little
know?
passive aggressive. Just turns a light
Still
on to
working
indicate.
fine, but just wants to let me know, hey,
We may
You
not
know?
be here forever.
I might need some me time.
I could go at any time. They're Gilbert graping you.
Appreciate
They're
me.
Gilbert
You never
graping
know.
you.
I have found when my check engine light has gone on in the past, and especially under your circumstances, I would just drive really fast because then the check engine light is on for less time, right?
Right.
So I would just
makes sense.
floor it.
Yeah.
Right?
What
that
if,
makes sense.
when the check engine light comes on, you just work the engine harder? Maybe that's the solution.
Exactly. Oh, you have a
Maybe
problem?
it's the light just saying, you know what, I can take more.
Yeah. I'll give you something to cry about.
You don't know how I'm feeling. I could be fine.
Yeah.
Because you never check in.
And here's the thing:
'cause
is
you
there a
never
check
check in.
driver light? No. No, there is
Well,
not.
there's a check
be enough.
driver light. That thing's going to be on full bore all the time. It's reading my biometrics, and it's like, yo, dude, you might need to take a break. Have some Cheetos or something. Shit. You know?
Yeah, thank God all of our cars don't run on heart rate monitor or cholesterol safety or
exactly.
caffeine. Yeah.
Clinical diagnosis. Just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there.
So, well, Tim, first of all, we hope you get home safe. I'm glad you're on the phone
thank
with
you.
us. If you need to stay on the phone until you arrive, we already prepped the audience that this could be a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I understand that you
Ain't
had
got nothing but time.
you had a bone to pick with us of some kind.
Oh.
No, I don't have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
I do need to call back to something that you had asked me about the last time we
I
spoke,
gotcha.
'cause
Okay.
Boy, do I have something to tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
We're ready. We're here for you.
Quite the wind up
Okay.
once again.
Once again. So listen, do you remember the last time we spoke, we were talking about,
No.
it was right around St. Patrick's Day, right?
Only vaguely, because it was more than 2 days ago. But yes.
Yeah, fair enough. We were talking about St. Patrick's Day,
Yes.
and we were talking about the parade in the city.
Yes.
And I was like, nope, I don't go anywhere near the city of Boston around the parade because it's amateur hour and no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
yes.
So Megan and I were hanging out that day, and we were like, all right, it was right before her birthday. We're like, we want to go out to dinner,
Nice.
but we must avoid the city.
At all costs.
Fair.
Yep.
Specifically, must avoid the South End.
Yes.
Because that's where it's all going down.
That was a solid bell, Kelly.
Right.
Always avoid the South End.
Always avoid the South End unless it's after a shower.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're into that sort of thing, if you're into the South End,
no,
it's
more
cool.
power to you.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you're into. I'm just saying,
fine.
you know. You don't always need to. Anyway, so I'll fast forward to the part of the story where, oops, we find ourselves in the city.
Yeah, I think the foreshadowing there was strong. Yeah.
Despite our efforts to avoid the city at all costs, we
Yep.
found ourselves in Dine City.
Jeez.
And so we went out to dinner, whatever. We avoided most of the shit mess. And we're sitting in the train station waiting to get on the train. And we're just sort of sitting there. And all of a sudden I hear Megan say, oh my God. And then I hear
Jeez.
the sound akin to if you had a duffel bag full of bowling balls and dropped it on a gravel road.
Oh God.
It's pretty
Okay.
specific, but I know exactly what that sounds like.
That's good. It's a good description.
So I hear that sound after she says, oh my God, and she's up and at the tracks.
Oh boy.
let me tell ya.
Oh no.
After I hear such a noise, it is then followed up by a,
Oh no.
friends, you've guessed it.
There's been a fall.
In all of the time that I have lived in or around the city, have been to the parade or near the parade, I have never in my goddamn life seen or heard someone fall on the goddamn train tracks.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh,
And let me
Lord.
tell you, this fella had been busy earlier that day.
Oh, I'm
Big
sure.
day.
Yeah, big
I
day.
am confident.
Oof.
So, like, he pops up, shockingly,
Wow. Yeah.
starts screaming at Megan and I to help him. And I should mention that this guy is probably pushing, I'd say 250, 260.
Sure.
Nobody likes an angry bag of bowling balls.
Yeah,
No.
an angry, discombobulated bag of bowling balls yelling at us
Yep.
to help him. As if we're just going to magically lift him up off the tracks.
Sure,
with
friend.
our Herculean strength. Yeah, no problem. Give me a hand. I'll pull you right out up here.
You're drunk. Gravity didn't stop working.
Yeah. I realize that you're in a completely reasonable state of mind. That logic is going to land really nicely right now.
Yelling makes people help even quicker.
Right. Nothing makes people more helpful than anger. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Keep yelling, sir. It's getting more people involved.
Yeah. The more you yell, the better this is getting.
Said no one ever.
So
Yeah.
Except
we
you check
get
engine
like the
light.
train people come down. They're like radioing ahead to like stop the train. This guy obviously is like totally out of it. Now he's at like, adrenaline fueled insanity.
Yeah, and these are like people who run the train, not like train people who live on the tracks. I'm assuming.
Right.
Okay. Just trying to paint a picture. So these are
not
professionals.
hobos.
Okay.
Not hobos.
Not hobos.
But
Got
people
it.
that work there.
I mean, train people was vague. In my defense,
I believe they call them mole people.
I didn't mean people that
Right.
live on the train.
Got it.
Or tracks.
Okay.
So at some point, our friend here figures out that we are not lifting him up out of the friggin' pit where the tracks are.
Yeah.
So he starts running down the tracks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Running. And I don't know if y'all know this, but there's 3 rails.
Like a Johnny
on the
Cash
railroad,
song.
Running.
One of which will fucking kill you if you
Yes.
fall on it.
I've heard.
And for a fella who has just stumbled and fallen onto the tracks, running down them
Oh, man.
isn't a great move either.
Yeah, I'm assuming his spatial awareness might be somewhat impaired at this point,
Yeah.
and his ability to avoid the rail that might kill him is
Also
His
assuming
ability to
not a
do most
seasoned
things.
runner.
Not a seasoned runner.
yes, right.
Not a seasoned runner. I don't think it was something that he engaged in regularly. So, anyway, he starts running down the tracks, and the train people who work at the train, not live on the tracks, Derek,
Thank you.
we're like, tell him to go to the left, tell him to go to the left. And we're like, okay. So I'm like yelling at this guy to don't run so far away from me because you're going to fall. And
So
B,
far away from me, so
It's
far
like-
I just can't see.
this is abrupt chaos.
Oh my God. I
At its
love
highest form.
that the people in charge of the train were like, "Hey, you." Hopeful passengers, can you please
You
relay
seem to
a
be doing a
message?
great job helping him. Let me give you instructions.
It seems like you mostly got this, but if you get a chance, tell them to bang a left.
But I think it's
mean,
always a
you're the
great
one in the
opportunity to get
orange vest.
involved in your community.
You know?
Right?
So
So
involuntary community service happening right
Right.
now.
Go left.
right.
Okay.
So he run, and the reason they're telling him this is that past the edge of the platform, there's like stairs.
Got
so
it.
like if
Right.
you were intentionally on the tracks because you work there,
Sure.
you could get up and down without face planting onto the tracks.
It's not
to
the
get down there
it's
in
not the
first
only
place.
way to get down there, right? Yeah.
It's like yeah,
Imagine if
Not
you
like-
worked on those tracks. You just have to
not
like
like
curl
pedestrians in
yourself.
Grand Theft Auto where they just fall all over the place.
Day one, it's like, all right, Jim. So here, first day of training here. First of all,
Yeah.
the way you get down here is you just hurl yourself off the platform.
You just sort of smash your knees into the platform and flop face first into the pit. You know?
We've got some gauze down there for you if you need it.
You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it.
You'll build
First
some
time
calluses.
You'll develop some calluses.
You'll get some calluses on your face and arms.
So they're trying to direct him to the
They're
stairs.
trying to direct him. I'm yelling at him to run closer, like to the platform.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. They're not directing him to do shit. They're directing you to direct him.
Because I am now in stride, sprinting down the tracks with this dude, trying to reason with him, and he is not hearing me at all. So I'm like waiting, like any moment this dingbat is gonna trip, land on the third rail, and I'm gonna watch a man get vaporized. On the Sabbath, you know, it was a Sunday.
Well, we're all closer to God that day anyway, so I guess if he's got to go.
If you're gonna go,
He has been absolved.
like I always say, if you're gonna be a monkey, be a gorilla.
You do always say that.
So there's one more part of this story which just really puts the icing on the cake.
Okay.
So he runs up the stairs. He's up the stairs. He's no longer on the tracks.
Okay.
And the door to get through from the platform to where he is locked.
Okay. All
So
right.
He's banging on the door, screaming at someone to let him out. You know, for a guy who just ate shit, he's making a lot of demands of other people. You know? Help me up! Don't let me die! Open this door! Like, come on, man. You know? If this were a lamp and I were a genie, you are out of wishes, my friend. You know? So the door's locked. We're asking the train people who work there if there's a key, and they're yelling to other people, and you got the P key? I'm like, what the fuck is a P key? He's banging on the door, right? So, like, we're in phase 2 of the chaos at this point.
Sure.
So I'm, like, looking down the platform. There's some other dingbat that works there screaming that the inspector's coming. Like, I don't know who the inspector is, like, Gadget? Is he
I
gonna
wish.
help the guy get
Yeah,
out?
go Gadget door key? Is that what we're
I
waiting
think
for?
Inspector Gadget would have been able to just get him right off the
arm?
tracks.
That's true. He could have
right?
stayed on the platform and just yanked
That's
him up.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
propeller
that's right.
hatted his ass right out of there. Yep.
So, like, now
Lesson
we're in, like,
learned.
the admin chaos of this. So this man's life is no longer in danger, but now we're just not sure what to do.
Right. The adrenaline has
And-
died somewhat. Now you're just mostly annoyed.
Right.
Yep.
So, and he screams like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened." Like, I can, sir. You friggin' dink.
Was there a somewhat quiet again at the end of that sentence? that
Right.
he's-
Yeah, yeah.
Today.
Another Patrick's Day on the track. So we're sitting there trying to figure this out, and like there's like where the door is, it's like a partition, right? So it goes down the platform to the tracks, right? So you can't, whatever.
There's no going around it. Yeah.
So all of a sudden I start hearing whoa, 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 and I look over,
Jesus.
and this motherfucker is climbing around
Oh no! Did we lose Tim?
to get to the
Oh, we got him.
platform.
He's back. So he's climbing. Sorry, we lost you for a second there, Tim. He was climbing around the partition.
Around the partition.
Jesus.
So he's got one arm and 1 foot on one side of it where we are, one arm and 1 foot on the other side. With
Where
his
the
back to
trains
tracks,
would be. Right. Uh-huh.
Right.
Yep.
Where if, I don't know, you'd been drinking all day and you were feeling a bit unsteady, you may fall backwards and murder yourself. And he's like, I got it. And like we're all yelling at them. They
Sir,
start
you
out of
do
the way,
not
man,
got
you
it."
don't want to be anywhere near this situation because this motherfucker is about to murder himself again. But thankfully, he did make it around the other side
I mean,
Awesome.
good
without
for him.
incident.
Did people
him.
clap?
And then he's just walking around like, oh my God. He's got train greased all over him. He just looks horrible.
He's been
And I'm
drinking
like-
for 17 hours.
Right. And, Megan made a great point. He's like, where are your friends? Who sent you down into the train in a state that would allow you
Right.
It's a
to
really
end
good
up
point.
on the tracks?
God.
Naturally, he refuses medical attention.
Of course.
Naturally.
Yep.
And his biggest concern is my hat. Can somebody get my hat? My hat's down on the tracks. I'm like, buddy, you almost just died thrice. And we're concerned about your topper? Son of a bitch. So, of course, they had to stop the train so someone could go down there and go get
Oh my
his hat.
God.
God.
Undeserved care and
All
attention.
the people down on the other side of the platform, which, by the way, Megan and I sprang into action as good citizens. Everyone else on the other end of the platform didn't move at all. They were like, well, looks like these two alarmed folk have it in hand. We'll just stand down here and watch. And then they get down there, they get his hat. The guy like throws the hat to him, and then everyone on the other end of the platform was like, "Oh my God, for a hat! For a hat!" It's like, you know what? Everybody here collectively can fuck off. outside
Oh my God.
Do we lose?
in concert.
He's back.
He's back.
He just keeps cutting out occasionally. That's what driving will do to you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my
so
gosh.
anyway, that's the follow up to
Wow.
St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
So,
My goodness gracious.
So the obvious follow-up question is, are you happy you went?
I mean, I'm happy that Megan and I now know what happens in a crisis.
Yeah.
You know?
You sit your ass
are
down
alive.
and shut the fuck up. That's what you do. You stay the hell out of it. That's
We
what you
should have
do.
just sat there and let some other saps go over to the moaning man.
Oh man. Well, I think you're now honorary train people. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I think so. I
That's
think we're
huge.
trained people
Definitely.
now.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
You know?
Train folk.
We should get a vest.
Yeah. See, it's
I want
weird
a
that you
vest
don't
and a ring
already
of keys,
have
and
one.
no one knows what those keys go to. But
What you need is a hat.
key. There's no P key on there. We know that. Motherfucker.
We'll give you the whole ring except the peaky. Only one guy's got one of
Right.
those. He works in the back.
Um,
Woo. Well,
Coffee, it's now torrential downpouring, so I think
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go.
sounds
Okay.
good. Drive safe. Let us
Thank
know how the
you.
check engine light turns out. Thanks for joining
I
us.
shall.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, guys.
Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Safe
Talk to you
travels.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Tim Chang, everybody. Not what I was expecting, but everything I ever wanted.
Here's the thing. I have nothing after that.
No.
There's no topping that.
I think we just wrap it up. That's all we can
That's
do.
it.
That's all we can do,
All
Kelly.
right. Let's thank some folks,
Let's do
shall
it.
we?
Let's do it.
I'd like to thank the Polarity Foundation,
Thank you, Michelle.
celebrating 50 years of Polartying. You know how many times I say that to her during the week?
Not nearly enough.
Not nearly enough.
Not nearly enough.
She still rolls her eyes, but sometimes it will make her laugh.
Good. Good.
Whose generous donations and patience and time and snacks make this podcast possible.
Frequently rolls their eyes, but sometimes is entertained should be the subtitle to our podcast.
Done. Here, write it down. Here, you can even use my pen.
I got it on my phone.
No, oh, right. No, okay. I'm more analog. He's more digital.
It's true.
Want to thank Doggy Styles Pet Grooming, located at 925 Roosevelt Highway in Colchester. Give them a call, send them a text. I forgot to type the number down, but we live in a world where you can just
Again, pick up your
carefully
phone, Google the shit out
type
of it.
in Doggy Styles Pet Grooming.
Yes.
I would
add pet grooming.
Yeah, I would
throw
add.
pet grooming
I
on
would
the end
start
there.
with pet grooming.
Yeah, there you go.
Comma Doggy Styles.
Great call.
Also want to thank Tim and Tanya at Vermont Foster Bikes, giving rebuilt and donated bikes to foster kids in Vermont. Located at 10 North Main Street in what town?
I believe that's for Jen's or
Also
for
the
Jenny's.
home of Little City Cycles, a place to find your new friend in a magic bike. You can reach them at 802-877-3000. Derek, thanks.
Kelly,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
your patience. Thanks for
Absolutely.
adapting to my schedule. I will let everyone know how my appointment goes.
Yes, please do. Keep us
Next
updated.
Saturday.
Yep. We don't need all the details,
no,
but some
no.
of the details.
I think I'm just, I'll run the highlight reel and that'll be the end of it. As always, thank you so much for listening to this. Oh, we're topping out at 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Thanks
Hell
for spending
yeah.
2 hours. We're just going to round up. And if we do decide to get involved with Panther Paw,
We'll let you know.
we'll let you know.
Find us on the old Panther Paw.
Take care, everybody, and we will talk to you soon.
Stay off the tracks, cheese bags.